Welcome to back my channel Coin Worth Million. This channel is a special place where every video brings you new knowledge, entertainment, and exciting experiences. Here Coins Worth you will find informative content, engaging stories, and everything that sparks your curiosity. Our goal is to make every moment enjoyable, help you learn something new, and be a part of this growing family. So join us and start this wonderful journey today. The 1991 pound coin from the United Kingdom stands as a fascinating emblem of late 20th century British numismatic history, a period defined by economic reform, artistic experimentation, and the strengthening of the United Kingdom's national identity through its coinage. Introduced as part of the enduring £1 coin series that began in 1983, the 1990 issue marks an important continuation of Britain's move away from paper currency for smaller denominations, while also serving as a reflection of the United Kingdom's political structure and cultural distinctiveness. Like other coins of its era, the 1991 pound coin carries with it not only a monetary function but also a symbolic narrative, a representation of the country's unity, the Crown's heritage, and the nation's evolving industrial and artistic spirit as the 20th century approached its final decade. The 1991 pound coin belongs to what collectors and historians call the Floral Emblem series, which ran from 1984 through the early 1990s. Each year during this period, the Royal Mint issued £1 coins representing one of the four constituent nations of the United Kingdom: England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. The designs changed annually, emphasizing the United Kingdom's unity within diversity. The 1990 design represented Scotland, and on its reverse, the tail side, it featured a beautifully detailed depiction of the Scottish thistle, surmounted by the royal diadem, the Crown of Scotland. This design was created by Derek Gorange, an artist known for his precise engravings that celebrated national emblems through classical and heraldic styles. The thistle itself has been a symbol of Scotland for centuries, its use tracing back to the reign of King James III in the 15th century, and represents resilience, protection, and national pride. On the obverse, the head side, of the 1991 pound coin appears the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, who was then in the 38th year of her reign. The effigy used on this coin was the third definitive portrait of the Queen, sculpted by Raphael David Makhlouf in 1985. Makhlouf's portrayal shows the Queen wearing the George IV state diadem, a crown adorned with diamonds, pearls, crosses, and floral emblems representing the nations of the United Kingdom: roses for England, thistles for Scotland, shamrocks for Ireland, and leeks for Wales. This symbolic integration reinforced the unity of the realm, making Makhlouf's portrait particularly suitable for the £1 coin, a denomination that itself represented the strength of British currency. Around the Queen's profile runs the legend, Elizabeth II Dei Gra Reg Fid Def, abbreviated Latin for, Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. In terms of its physical specifications, the 1991 pound coin is composed of nickel brass, an alloy consisting of 70% copper, 24.5% zinc, and 5.5% nickel, giving the coin its distinctive yellow-gold color and metallic luster. It measures 22.50 mm in diameter, has a thickness of 3.15 mm, and weighs 9.50 grams. The edge of the coin is not only milled but also inscribed, a tradition in British coinage that dates back to the 17th century as an anti-counterfeiting measure and a way to include mottos of national significance. On the 1990 Scottish £1 coin, the edge inscription reads, Nemo me impune. Lacessit, a Latin phrase translating to, no one provokes me with impunity. This motto has been associated with the Order of the Thistle and the Royal Coat of Arms of Scotland since the reign of James VI, and it perfectly complements the thistle emblem on the reverse. Together, the thistle and the Latin inscription form a powerful expression of Scottish pride and strength within the British Union. The Royal Mint, located in Llantrisant, Wales, produced the 1991 pound coin in vast quantities for circulation. Though official figures vary slightly depending on mintage data from different records, approximately 98 million coins were struck for general circulation that year, in addition to a smaller number of proof and uncirculated collector editions minted in special sets. The proof coins were struck with highly polished dies and blank planchettes, creating mirror-like finishes and sharply defined details, while brilliant uncirculated coins offered a satin finish with minimal handling marks, often presented in coin folders or annual mint sets for collectors. The economic background of the 1990 issue provides another layer of historical importance. The early 1990s in Britain were marked by a period of financial uncertainty and transition. The United Kingdom was preparing for greater economic integration with Europe through mechanisms like the exchange rate mechanism, which would later lead to the events surrounding Black Wednesday in 1992. The £1 coin, however, remained a potent symbol of the British economy's independence and resilience. Introduced initially to replace the £1 banknote, whose short lifespan made it uneconomical, the coin was designed for durability, expected to last at least 40 years in circulation. Indeed, many 1991 pound coins continued circulating into the early 21st century before being withdrawn in 2017, when the new 12-sided £1 coin replaced the round version to combat counterfeiting. From an artistic perspective, the 1990 design represents the culmination of traditional British numismatic artistry blended with modern minting precision. Derek Gorange's thistle design demonstrates a fine balance between realism and stylized heraldic form. The flower's spiny leaves and delicate bloom are rendered with depth and contrast, while the royal diadem above it symbolizes monarchy and continuity. The composition captures both national and regal identity, embodying the notion of Scotland's pride as part of the United Kingdom. The detailed engraving work, when viewed closely, reveals the royal mint's exceptional craftsmanship, each ridge and petal defined through careful die preparation. Meanwhile, Raphael Maklouf's obverse portrait of the Queen received mixed reception from critics upon its introduction in 1985 but is now recognized as one of the most stately and graceful depictions of Elizabeth II. Maklouf's choice to include a more youthful and idealized image, with softer lines and regal attire, reflected his intention to portray the Queen as timeless. This portrait continued to appear on all UK coins until 1997, giving the 1991 pound coin a distinctly modern classical aesthetic typical of late 20th century numismatic design. Collectors today view the 1991 pound coin as a noteworthy issue within the broader series, not only for its Scottish representation but also because it was among the later examples of the floral emblem series before the introduction of the heraldic shield series in 1993. While its face value remained £1, its numismatic value varies depending on condition and presentation. In circulated condition, it generally holds nominal collector value, perhaps a little above face value, but in pristine, uncirculated, or proof condition, the coin can attract significantly higher prices among collectors. Who seek complete runs of the £1 coin designs are those fascinated by Scotland-themed issues. The cultural meaning of the thistle on the 1991 pound coin cannot be overstated. The thistle has been linked to Scottish lore and legend for centuries, often said to have saved the nation from invasion when a Norse soldier stepped barefoot on one, crying out in pain and thereby alerting Scottish defenders. This story, whether myth or history, gave rise to the thistle's association with vigilance and defense, a fitting emblem for a people known for their resilience. By including the thistle beneath a royal crown, the coin effectively unites two layers of symbolism: Scottish independence of spirit under the broader unity of the crown. In terms of circulation history, the 1991 pound coin was widely used across the United Kingdom throughout the 1990s and early 2000s. It passed through millions of hands, exchanged in shops, buses, and pubs, representing the daily life of British citizens. Despite its durability, the high level of circulation led to wear, making well-preserved examples relatively uncommon. The coin's removal from circulation in 2017 marked the end of an era, over 3 decades of the round pound, which had become an iconic piece of British currency. Many Britons remember the round £1 fondly, associating it with childhood pocket money, vending machines, or savings jars, making the 1990 issue part of that nostalgic narrative. From a technical standpoint, the 1991 pound coin was minted using precision coining presses capable of striking around 8 coins per second. The nickel-brass composition was chosen for both its corrosion resistance and ease of identification in vending machines, as its electromagnetic signature was distinct from other denominations. The raised rim on both sides helped protect the designs from wear, while the reeded and inscribed edge made counterfeiting more difficult, a growing concern by the 1990s, as imitation coins began appearing in circulation. Within the Royal Mint's archival records, the 1990 issue is catalogued alongside both circulation and proof strikes, with certain coins struck at slightly different die orientations or with minute variations in finish, which sometimes intrigue collectors specializing in die varieties. However, no major errors are officially recorded for this issue, making it one of the more consistent and technically flawless mintings of the series. The 1991 pound coin, viewed from the perspective of British identity, captures a nation in equilibrium between its ancient traditions and modern aspirations. The use of Latin inscriptions, heraldic imagery, and the monarch's portrait tie the coin to centuries of continuity, while its modern metallic composition and mass production technology anchor it in the industrial and globalized context of the late 20th century. Each element, from the thistle's prickly symbolism to the diadem's regal sparkle, tells a story of how the United Kingdom perceives itself, united yet diverse, historical yet forward-looking. Even after its withdrawal, the 1991 pound coin remains a beloved collector's item. Its beauty lies in its simplicity, its artistry in its precision, and its significance in its cultural symbolism. For many, it represents the Scotland of its time, proud, strong, and steadfast within the larger framework of the British Isles. As time moves forward, the 1991 pound coin will continue to serve as a tangible reminder of a period when the United Kingdom's coinage blended art, technology, and tradition into one compact and enduring form.